Good evening. That's not going to be annoying at all. Good evening. Good evening. What are these? What are these?
Rachel Mary.
What are these though?
That's my props.
Props.
Yeah.
Flashy props.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's a fancy pen.
Oh, right. I don't know what. Right. Well, you brought it in. Well done. Come on then. How are we doing, everybody?
Hey, hello.
It's 7 p.m. on a Thursday night. Grab my wand and I feel all right. Sounds dirty. Sounds dirty. It's not. Gemma, how are we doing? Are we going to turn that music down a little bit? Oh, we're off now. Let's shut the door. Shall we lock the door?
Oh, it's up to you.
No, let's leave it open. Let's leave it open for the
Hi,
cats.
everyone.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all right.
Happy half birthday.
What, for us?
Yeah, 26 weeks is half a year.
26 bloody weeks. And we're both dressed in black.
Yeah.
I've come dressed as a magician.
I've come dressed as a tiger.
A tiger? What,
Yes.
a black tiger with a bit of sequins on it. Very
Yes.
nice, yes. I've come dressed as a magician. It feels,
Bit
I
of
feel
bling.
like I feel David Copperfield in this. And I just caught my hair. Needs sorting out, doesn't it?
You've been asking me to cut your hair for about...
You're buzzing, baby.
Well, that's your... Have you...
No, you just need to get... You're
Yeah.
buzzing. You're buzzing on the phone.
Okay.
Um,
I was just going to say, you've been asking me to cut your hair for about 4 weeks
I
now.
have, yes,
So
yes.
you're 4 weeks overdue.
Yes, I have. I think it's one of those things. It's like I said, I've got the can't be bothered syndrome again. I can't be arsed. But I can be asked to do this show. Week 26. I've got an absolute jam-packed show for you tonight.
Yay!
Got loads of stuff been happening. I've managed to dig out some, because I'll be honest with you, the news was depressing me. It's
is.
depressing me and depressing.
It's
I was
really
I was
hard, isn't
struggling.
it?
I'm struggling this week.
You need to lift.
Just that feel of normality's just slipping
think
away
of
from
us
me.
as a wonder bra this week. We are.
Hey?
We're here to
Which
lift.
tit am I?
You're the right tit. I'm
Think
the
of
left
us
tit.
as a pair of tits,
Yeah,
is
we're
what
a
she's
pair of
saying.
tits. We're
We're
here
here
to
to lift the spirits.
Yes.
But, so, Gemma, on speaking of which, she's got a kazoo which
Sorry.
only can make you smile. So let's just play the theme tune, get in. Oh, you've gone off for a canter again. Good God, so she's on
Is that
speed.
too
No,
fast?
let's just do it. I like it. Come on, it's got assertiveness. No. Oh, it's a bit of a jazz number. 7 p.m. on a Thursday night. I grab my drink and I feel alright. Ain't got nowhere else to go, so I'm going to the shed show. That was incredible. Jesus. Shed show. She's getting too good. Now it's too fast. Shed show, let's go. Good God.
Hey!
Let's go.
I love how
Like the
you-
Prodigy at the end.
Yeah, I love how you think changing the pace of a very simple song is amazing.
I can't play anything, so to me it was amazing. Them at home think it was amazing. Oh,
Well, it does prove we're live.
it does prove a lot. Did you see the way she sort of did that? It had a canter. I liked the sort of jazzy number.
Yeah, that's it.
It's 7 p.m. on a Thursday. Boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, boom, chicka boom. No, you've gone quick again.
Oh, sorry.
I like the sort of driving along in my Kia. 7 p.m. on a Thursday night. I'm in my Kia and I feel alright. You've gone too quick
Sorry,
again.
I can't
That sounded good.
help.
Should we just do the theme all night? I'm quite enjoying that.
help speeding up.
You're always speeding up, you. That's why you've got so many
Oh.
tickets, isn't it?
No, I have no tickets.
Only because of the admin was closed because of
Oh,
Corona. She
okay.
got away with it.
All
We're so
right,
happy.
all right. I did
right.
get away with it.
Listen, if the DVLA are watching, as if they would be.
Good evening.
Good evening, DVLA. She's very, very sorry. We've done our own version of the speed awareness course where I've pushed her around in a Tommy type car, a little type car, asking her to point out hazards. She passed. So, Gemma, are you on the feed, my
On the
darling?
feed.
She's on the feed. Welcome to the show. So, number 26. Oh, 26
weeks.
26 weeks. Yes, 26 weeks. I'm going to start the watch for the start section.
Happy birthday. Well,
That's the
birthday.
bleakest sounding happy birthday.
Why is this buzzing?
It's buzzing because you
I'm
got you
turning that
turn
off.
it off because
Right.
there's a loose connection.
Can you
One
please
day it'll
pass
probably
me
kill us.
Pass me my wand.
You want your wand? There you go. Right.
Thank you. And my diamond pen.
Diamond pen. Look at it. It's like being in a shed with Lady Gaga now. Where are you going? Are you going down?
Yeah.
She's going down, everybody.
See you later, everyone.
Say hello to Gemma on the feed. Shout outs, blah, blah, blah. We haven't got any positive news from you people, so give us your positive news.
Oh, there must be positive.
There must be positive
I'll tell you
news.
one. Right, let's start on a positive.
Yes.
Your mum and dad have painted their bathroom cupboards.
Wow, I'm sure these people want to hear this.
It looks amazing.
Fantastic.
And your dad's fitted their new fire. Beautiful.
I mean, it's a gas fire and it's leaking, but, you know,
Gorgeous.
they're asleep. They've got colour in the cheeks. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to show 26. Good evening, self-isolators. Hello. There's no homeschoolers. I don't know what you are anymore. We're just all getting on with it, aren't we?
Yeah.
What I want to say is, obviously, it was the week our daughter went to school for the first time, and our eldest one went back to school, Gemma.
Woo!
And what's really weird is, and we talked about this earlier when we were having dinner, right?
Yeah.
That we dropped my youngest, Sophia, off, tiny Sophia, and she went into the same building where we dropped Olivia off, and there was the same teachers there. And they don't age. They don't age. Our teachers just stuck in some sort of time machine. Why don't they look incredible? The same teacher, and you see them, because you see them, they come up to you and go, I taught your mum when she was at school. How, Gemma? They come up and go, I taught your great-great-granddad who was on the Titanic in 1911. I taught him as well. What are they doing? Are they just like frozen? Like, do they go home, Jem, and get in a Demolition Man capsule and just sleep in a frozen state?
It is. Maybe it's working with young people.
It is. It keeps you young. I mean, incredible. I suppose it's not all day with PVA glue and glitter keeps you alive. That's what it is. So the kids are back at school, and do you know what? I want to tell you briefly about the weekend.
Right, go
Because
on.
what we did is I took them out for
That's a long time ago.
It is, but I took my kids out for a treat day. Gemma was recording something. She was doing some comedy with Sarah Johnson. Look out for that soon. Going to be cracking. We went to, I took them out for a treat day. I went to the cinema, we went to Wagamama's, and I'll be honest, I was sat in Wagamama's, and sometimes I don't recognise my own children. They are so achingly middle class. It's absolutely, it's like being with two little public school children. She said to me at one point, she was, oh, Daddy, these noodles are delightful. I'm like, who are you? Are you enjoying your wok fried greens? Who are you? Where are my two kids gone? What they've done, Gemma, is they've divided up the table in Wagamama's for COVID. So they put screens down in between each family. And do you know what? Prefer it. I prefer it because the one thing I didn't like about Wagamama's is you were on that communal bench, like you were all working in one factory, right? And you'd always be sat there trying to have a nice dinner, and you've got some big bloke elbowing you, sending soya sauce everywhere as he's attacking his yakisoba, just his elbows and arms going. You're like, mate, slide along the bench, you knobhead. You're all over me here. And I just think, do you know what, Gemma? It was like we was in our own restaurant. It was nice. I mean, is there anything you've noticed in COVID that's improved that you'd like to keep? Because I'd like to keep that in Waggers, man.
What, the distance thing?
No, any consequences of COVID that I've sprung it on you, but anything you'd like to keep? She's down here, by the way. I'm not talking to myself.
Yeah, I would like to keep the fact that we don't feel the pressure to go out all the time.
That's a nice one. It's a great thing for
like
hermits.
being home.
I mean, she says that like we had a lot of offers. We never did. We had no social life before this. What you're saying, Gemma, is you'd like to have less of a social life.
Yeah. Well, it's cheaper, isn't it?
It is cheaper, and we've got Cobra Kai to get through. Hoppa! Which is what I look like.
I'm so addicted.
I look like Cobra Kai in this.
Cobra Kai. Oh my God.
No mercy. That's how I am in the webcam. No mercy. No pay. Strike first. Strike hard. That's how I am with comedy. I strike first. I strike hard, which is why I've not got anywhere. But the other thing afterwards, Gemma, because when my kids go out for the day with me, they milk me. They rinse me because I'm a weak dad. So they go to Wagamama's, and then I said, do you want to go to Starbucks? And of course they said, yes, Daddy, I want to go to Starbucks. And I'll be honest, Gemma, I nearly had a row with one of the staff. Now,
oh God, why?
Well, I'll explain, right?
Why can't you just behave?
Let me just explain, right?
These people are trying to do a job.
Well, this guy, I wish he didn't have one. Now, I'll tell you why in a minute, because I was angry. And you'll be right. I'm right. I was in the right? Because what happened was, we bought some drinks, right? Yeah. And as we left the till with our drinks, Olivia needed the toilet, right? Right. So the problem is you can't just go to a toilet in Starbucks. Right. You can't just go to a toilet. What you have to do is ask the staff for some sort of code, right? Okay. They need a code. It's like now going to the toilet in a coffee shop is trying to crack a safe during the Brinks-Mac robbery. You've got like a 17-digit code. And honestly, it's ridiculous. And they protect this code in there, the staff. They protect it. It's a bit of paper, Gemma. Yeah. But they're like, when you get it, they're like, don't share it with anyone. What do you think this is? This isn't sort of, it's not the Enigma, mate. It's not, I'm not going to put this on the social media and the entire population of Nottingham decides to swing round en masse for a shit in your toilet. That's not how it works, you know. And Olivia was desperate, Jen. Do you know what she is? So, and there was 2 staff behind the counter. One was serving, and I said to the person who was free, I said, I'm so sorry to interrupt, Gemma. I had to shout it because they had that Perspex glass up.
Yeah.
So every time you buy something, it feels like you're on a prison visit. Right? And I said, I'm so sorry, mate. My eldest needs the toilet. Can I have the code for the toilet? He says, you'll have to queue again. Listen, Jem, he says it has to be done on that till. And I says, what do you mean it has to be done on that till? And he says, she has to do it on the till, right? And I said, all right. Anyway, I said, mate, she really needs to go. Do you know what I mean? She's a kid. She can't hold it in, right? And then he goes, oh. And he goes over to the till, Jem.
Right.
He picks up the pen.
Yeah.
And do you know what he does?
Go on.
He just writes it down, leaning on the till. So the code wasn't in the till. No. He just wrote it down and leaned on the till. And I was like, he said to me, make sure next time you go to the till. And I felt like saying, I'll tell you what, mate, do you know what I'll do next time? I'll ask her, what I'll do, mate, is I'll ask my darling daughter to time her bladder with the order of my flat white. How's that sound, right? How about this? Instead, mate, do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just go and tell her to go on the floor. Right in the middle of the place. Just drop her pants next to the paninis and wipe her bits on a croissant. That's what I'm going to do. How about that, right?
I wish you'd done that.
I have just spent 15 quid in here, mate, for a coffee and 2 milkshakes that these 2 pricks will definitely not finish. They will definitely not finish them, right? I guarantee they won't finish them. And I'm just like, so that leaves a bit of margin for a mop and some marigolds, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Now stop being a dick and show a bit of empathy, is what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Maybe if you're well, I said, Gemma, maybe if that company paid their bloody taxes, we might have some decent public toilets instead of having to go and crap in Starbucks. How about that, mate? I didn't say any of that, Gemma. I just said stay safe and left. But how are we doing, love? Are we okay on the feed?
Yeah, stay safe when you left. I bet you did.
I did. I said I just walked out angry and left 2 milkshakes. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, customer service, Gemma. I'll be honest. It made me angry all day. Right. Apart from Wagamama's, it was great. Right. But I've got a short fuse. Right. I was at a cinema, right, and I bought a drink. Yeah. I bought a drink. Right. Interesting you say that. So I bought a drink. Do you know what he gave me? Empty cup and a lid.
What for?
I said, that's not what you pay for. You have to fill up your own drinks.
What? You have to do that yourself?
Yeah, you have to do it yourself now.
Is that because of COVID?
No, I think it's just the system they had before COVID. It's like when you buy a car, you don't go outside and find there's no wheels on the thing, do you? It's like they've given me half the product, Gemma.
Yes.
He sort of gave me a cup with a thing on. And he went, over there. I went, what do you mean over there? And he went, there's ice and there's drinks over there, mate. And I was like, mate, this is ridiculous. It was a £5, right? Because the prices are mental in the cinema. And I felt like saying, I'll tell you what, mate, I'll give you £2.50 because I'm deducting the price of my hourly labour. Yes. All right? Because I made this drink, not you. Do you know what I mean? I think I just need to stay inside, Gemma.
I think you do.
I think I'm just getting too angry.
You need to cool off.
Why am I on the payroll of Showcase?
I don't know, but I tell you what, going back to the codes for toilets.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever tried to put your key in the door when you need a wee?
It's impossible. It jumps round.
Well, try typing
Lee
in
Evans
the
said
code.
that years ago,
Oh my God.
Well, it's a 14-digit. Think of the number you first thought of. What's your mother's maiden name? Oh, I've pissed myself. Brilliant. Do you know what other thing I thought that annoys me?
Go on.
The other thing is, you know when you meet someone new?
Yeah.
And they don't introduce you to someone new. Like you meet someone and they're with another person and you stood there and they don't introduce you.
Yeah.
What? Why don't they do that? Really annoys me because you stood there like a moron.
I know.
You're trying to join in conversations you have no idea about. Like you're just nodding along like an idiot. Like in your head you're going by the body like you're trying to guess. There's a family resemblance. Maybe is it his sister or is it a work colleague, Gemma? And then you're thinking, oh no, he's holding her hand. Surely that's inappropriate. But you just want to stop the conversation, right? Walk over to them, point at their heads, and go, "Who is this person? Yeah. Who is this person here? Because this is ridiculous."
Yeah, that is one of my pet hates, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what I miss though.
What do you miss?
I at the moment I have an awkward hanging hand. Because you can't shake hands with people.
Yeah, you're one of those sort of.
It's always my first thing I do is shake somebody's hand.
Yeah.
And I miss shaking hands.
Yeah, you miss shaking. So now you have just like an awkward hanging hand in the background. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Right, okay, we're going to move on. And the other thing that's been slightly annoying me.
Go on.
The other thing is I've been watching.
You're going for it tonight.
I am getting off my chest. The other thing is that I've been watching a lot of detective shows.
Yeah.
Right, and it's great telly, right? But the only thing that's annoying me, because that's the constant in this world, we've got Netflix, Deliveroo, Amazon. They're the friends you can rely on at the moment, I think, right? But the thing that annoys me about these TV detectives, every one of them might be great at their jobs, but they constantly neglect their private lives, right? The biggest crime in those shows is the way they treat their families, right? Let's go through the list, right? Luther, single, has a shit car, right? Drives an old Volvo. Cracker, right? Robbie Coltrane, marriage on the rocks, drinks, gambles, has affairs, right? Everyone in line of duty, struggling to keep relationships together, got trust issues, quite rightly. Jane Tennyson in Prime Suspect can't hold down a relationship. She drinks too much, right? Inspector Morse. Inspector Morse, he was single and he used to have flings with the women that turned out to be the culprits of the crimes he was investigating.
Oh, that was...
Unprofessional.
Yeah,
Unprofessional.
unprofessional.
Right, so what I'm saying is, look, have you seen it's a mess? Like, Luther's flat is an embarrassment, mate.
He's
right?
a scruffy
There's scruffy get Luther. There you go. Gemma said he's a scruffy get, right? There's pots in the sink. Do you know what I mean? There's just like bare plaster. There's stuff hanging, clothes hanging everywhere. You're a detective inspector, mate. That's a good job.
Some standards.
Yeah, get yourself a decorator and a cleaner while you're at work. Come home, sort your life out.
Absolutely.
This man...
Well, you can at least afford a pissing cleaner.
Yeah, and this man might be a serial killer, mate, but he's got a better kitchen than you have. Right? And Robbie Coltrane in Cracker, this is what used to annoy me.
What are you going to say about him?
No, because, yes, you feel like going, yes, I know the man you're trying to break down psychologically is an evil and twisted, sadistic murderer. Yeah. But at least he sees his kids. Okay? So there you go. Don't judge. You're throwing stones in glass houses, mate, is what I'm saying. Can't we have someone who's balanced? Who does his job professionally,
I'll tell you.
Leaves on time, comes home, watches a box set, sits on a DFS sofa and has a cuppa. What's wrong with that?
Miss Marple.
Miss Marple, there you go. Woman. She was balanced, she got it together, didn't she?
I quite like Poirot. He was very tidy.
Yeah, he was very tidy. He had a lovely tidy moustache. Always, a man who's going to be tidy, he's got a tidy moustache.
Oh, God.
Everything all right, Gemma? Because I've got a bit of wobbly here.
Well, we're not here,
all right, okay. I just got to ignore that answer because it frightens me.
You say this every week and you don't.
I still look at it. Right, here we go, Gemma. I just want to say as well, we've got some topical news coming up.
Where's my kazoo?
You need to know. You need to.
No,
is this kazoo for topical news? What a high quality item that is. Thank you, Rachel Mary, for those. Topical news, big one this week. Rule of 6, guys. The government have banned gatherings this week for more than 6 people. Now, these rules are going to be tricky to implement. I'm going to go gently. I've balanced this. Look at you, frightened.
I am.
We're frightened. Listen, you can still go out to pubs, parks and restaurants, mixing with complete strangers.
Yeah.
But you can't be with more than 6 family members. That makes complete sense.
Okay.
Now, what happens if you're a family bigger than 6? Now, that's going to be brutal.
Yeah.
Because what you're going to do, children count as one of the 6.
Right.
I'm afraid there's no free child places when it comes to COVID, people. Right. So they're going to have to sit down. You're going to have to say, listen, Charlie, I know you're only 9. It's going to come quite difficult for you, this. But we've had a vote here, and I'm afraid you're out, mate. Let's face facts. You don't show as much potential at school as the other kids, and your room is a disgrace, and you spend most of your time with your finger up your bum. And we've got a trip. We've got a trip to Alton Towers next week, mate, and frankly, you are deadwood. You are the problem. Pack your bags, leave your key in the kitchen, and good luck with your life. Okay, I mean, everyone is worried about how the new regulations will impact upon our plans for Christmas, right? And I think it's going to affect us. The only 6 people are going to have Christmas dinner at our house. Yeah. Myself, Gemma, and the 2 kids, we're in, because it's our house. We're in already.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to have a Royal Rumble wrestling-style battle between the rest of the family members to decide who gets the remaining 2 seats at the table. Now, I've put money on Mags, my mum, because she might be 70, but she fights dirty, right? She does Pilates, she's wiry, she's muscular, she's got decades of pent-up anger. I could see her getting my dad in a headlock, Gem. Bag his head with an apron. Do you know what I mean? Just charge at him, swinging a griddle pan. She'll be a monster, right? And the losers, Gemma, they have to stay in the garden. So they come round, they have to stay in the freezing cold, and we just see them with their faces pressed against the windows, watching us eat Christmas dinner and pull crackers. Right? It's going to be like a sad...
Hey, they could come in the shed.
Do you know what I think, though, Jem? It's like a sad bit in a Christmas film. You know, when there's always that moment where they're looking at the family they should have had.
Yeah,
just looking through. There'll be a bit of sad music, Gemma, and they'll just be like, like Home Alone. Just looking through, wondering if life could have turned out differently for her. So it's going to be tricky, isn't it? It's going to be tricky, people.
We could do a live link up to the shed. Just put 2 in the shed.
2 in the shed.
And beam them onto some sort of screen.
And then just send chicken down the wires. Yeah, we can do that.
No problem.
And do you know what? I think it's going to really help with those family arguments this Christmas, because it's the perfect way to get rid of those members of your family that always ruin Christmas Day. All those snide comments, people, those crap presents. Now it's payback time. You could cull them like an X Factor style boot camp, Jem. You could sit them down one by one. Now listen, Uncle Alan, we've come to our decision. It's been very difficult. You did very well this year. We all liked you and your attempts at humour. But I'm afraid to say it's a no. Okay? Feel free to come back and audition next Christmas. You know, you might get a chance then. Don't give up. Don't give up. We do love your whoopee cushion, even though it's 2020. But I'm afraid you haven't won a seat round the table. Kids' parties, they're also affected with this rule, because kids cannot congregate at a party, Gemma, if there's more than 6 of them from a different household. Does that sound sensible?
No.
Well, I suppose if it does, it does. But however, Gemma, what they do is if they want to congregate with kids outside of their family bubble, Gem, what they do is they wait till the day after the party, and then they go into school when they can mix with hundreds of children completely at random. Which can, again, these rules are very, very simple and clear, aren't they, Gemma?
Yes.
Is COVID, right, the most intelligent virus we've ever encountered, people? Because I am aghast by it. It knows where you are. It knows how many people you're with. It knows if you're playing sport, if you're at a funeral or a wedding or work. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? It's if you want to get round this, Gemma, these regulations, I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, if you want to get round it, here are some of my suggested loopholes, love.
Oh, loopholes.
Here we've got some loopholes.
I love a loophole.
Now, so what you do is, if you want a family meal, right, you just have everyone come along, Gemma.
Yeah.
But they're wearing shin pads.
What?
They're wearing, because you can do it, you can play sport. So they're wearing shin pads. Your mum comes round with a football, and your dad's come round with some goalkeeping gloves.
Right.
When they're eating, you stop them eating every now and then. They have to run up and down the left wing. That's what they do. They have to run up and down the left wing with a full dinner. Don't slide tackle Nana. She's just had a new hip. You'll kill her. Don't slide tackle Nana. She can go in goal.
Right.
You set up, Gemma, the other thing you can do, you can set up a business. Employ all your relatives and put a reception in your hallway, because that's a place of work. Brilliant. A place of work. The other thing you can do, Gemma, if you want a barbecue, right? If you want a barbecue,
Christmas.
No, in the next few weeks, want a barbecue, get all the family round. You were like, oh no, what about the COVID marshals? They're going to arrest us. No, because what you do is you stop that barbecue, Gemma, and you renew your wedding vows. That's what you do. You're halfway through a burger, you spit it out, and you say, I promise to honour you, to comfort you, to cherish you. Now will you pass me the mustard? There you go. That is my answer, Gemma. I'm not condoning that, but you've got to admit, darling, it's genius. It's absolute genius. Thank you, people. There's loopholes there. The last thing I'm going to say, which is topical news, there's a lot this week, Gemma.
Oh my God.
Moonshot testing, people. Now,
what's this?
Moonshot. There was concerns this week, right, when the Prime Minister unveiled his plans for a 100 billion COVID testing programme, which is aiming to test millions of people per day, right? He wants to have the whole population tested by spring, even though the technology or the laboratories don't actually exist.
Right.
He's called the programme Moonshot, Gemma.
Why?
Because it's the reference to JFK when he talked about putting astronauts on the moon, and he said, this is my vision, a moonshot. That's what we're going to do. I think Boris should, it's not really a moonshot. This is more like moon shit. We're in, because it's not going to happen. Gemma, I like a man with ambition, but I don't believe him. I'm sorry, I don't, right? We've had the PPE, we've had the track and trace. There's currently 5 people, right? There's currently people driving 500 miles with COVID symptoms to the nearest test centre to only be turned away because they've run out of swabs. That is genuinely what's happening, right?
No.
Genuinely what's happening, right? So, like, what I love about that, right? What I love about it is he's called it Moonshot, right? Because I think that's where the nearest test centre's going to be, on the moon. I think that's... what I love is, right, the most ridiculous thing is if you want, he's just said something to get out the situation.
Yes.
It's like a classic thing of you want to say something to get out the meeting. That's what you're trying to do, right? And if the first rule of bullshitting is never commit to a date. Just keep it vague.
Schoolboy error.
Schoolboy, keep it vague. If I want to get my kids to do something, right, I'll bribe them to get them to do something. I'll be like, tidy your room and we'll go and get a toy sometimes next week, right? Sometime next week you'll have a toy. The problem is they remember. So as soon as next week comes round, when are we getting the toy? And he said 3 million tests by Christmas, Jem.
What?
I think he's confused government policy with his list for Santa. I mean, what else has he put on there? A solar-powered unicorn and a chicken that shits golden eggs? Is that... Well, a hen that shits golden eggs. A chicken will be a miracle, I suppose. But I mean, I could see... What I'd love is, like, the plan could see Brits getting test results with the morning with a cup of tea, Jem, as they head off to work. As easily as a pregnancy test, he said. So imagine that, Gemma. Stood there in your suit, waiting to go to work, right? The good news is, darling, oh my God, darling, I've not got COVID. Well, that's fantastic. The problem is, I'm pregnant. You know, it's... 100 billion quid it's going to cost for a test tube for people to gob in. That's essentially what it says. What are they made from, Gemma? Ivory. Do you know what I mean? The last thing I'm going to say is this is going to cost so much, this money. When they've done with it, I think it would be cheaper to relocate the entire population to the moon. I think that would be a more sensible option. There's the topical news, Gemma. Hey! What did you think to that feature?
Very good.
It was good, wasn't it? There were some nice bits in there.
And you were relatively mild.
Mild? What do you mean mild?
I thought you were going to get right on your old high horse.
I am not on my high horse. I think I've said nothing contentious there.
Nothing at all. Well done.
It's time for Stories of the Week, Gemma.
Oh, have I got a jingle for that?
Well,
okay.
Just do a Stories of the Week.
Okay.
I've got some of my favourite ones here.
Am I getting up for this?
You can get up for this. Yeah, why not? Get on your knees.
I thought do you want a jingle?
Yeah, come on. Let's have a jingle. Why not? Let's have a bloody jingle. Come on.
Let's have a jingle.
Come on. Is everyone happy, darling?
Everyone
seems to be happy. Yeah, it's 46.
Stories of the week. What I've done there is I've taken the question of the week, and I've just revamped it with Did you see?
Never tell them behind the fourth wall. They wouldn't have got that. Do you know, this is my favourite story for the week. It's a feel-good story and it's brilliant.
Why?
Neil Buchanan, former Art Attack host,
I love Neil Buchanan.
denies he's Banksy.
Oh, get out of
It's
town.
amazing. There's Neil Buchanan from the wonderful Art Attack.
Let's have a look.
There he is. He's a lovely man, genuinely lovely man apparently as well. And there's rumours went round on the internet
Go on.
that he was Banksy, the Bristolian graffiti artist. Now I love this. Basically, he had to put a statement out on his own website saying Neil Buchanan isn't Banksy. And he said it came after a social media rumour said he was the Banksy, he was the anonymous street artist, because people have said, well, we've never seen him together. Well, I mean, that's not really evidence, is it? But what they've said is...
we've never seen Banksy.
He said, I've been inundated with inquiries over the weekend regarding this story. Unfortunately, the website does not have the infrastructure to answer all these calls. I am not Banksy. He spent lockdown with vulnerable members of his family. He's preparing to launch his art collection in 2021. Thank you and stay safe. He's a lovely man.
Hey,
now, what's wonderful about this...
Has anyone ever seen Banksy?
No. Well, they think it's a movement. It's a collective of people, not one person. Because what happened was the rumours...
What about that book?
Do you know how the rumours spread?
Right, go on.
The rumours spread because he is in a death metal band, is Neil Buchanan. That's even harder to believe. He's a guitarist in a death metal band called Marseille. Genuinely, I didn't know that. And I thought, because basically, now what happened was one of the pieces sprang up where his former band had played lots of gigs.
Right.
And someone thought he was finishing the gig, going out with his spray pan. Which is incredible, right? And what I didn't know is, that's already news to me. The fact that they said he was in a metal band, he might as well be Banksy, because I didn't even know that, right? And I'd love it if he was, because can you imagine him doing like a big art attack about the Israel and Palestine conflict in a farmer's field on a ride-on lawnmower? Do you know what I mean? Just looking from above. It would be incredible, wouldn't it? Like, and just getting the kids to do their own art attacks, right? Okay, so all you need to create your own graffiti at home is a bag of spray paints, a stencil, a wall of a building, and the cover of darkness. Remember to start simple, kids, okay? Maybe a cock and balls. Start with a cock and balls. Maybe a couple of bits of graffiti. Kelly got fingered behind here. Something simple. Before moving on to a political statement from your heart,
Yeah,
okay?
that's it.
It does make you wonder, though, if all these times when he's doing these massive art attacks, Jem, with some socks and a bit of old tap from a jumble sale, he might never have had permission, like Banksy.
What do you mean?
He might have been doing it illegally. And when the
like the
just he was putting the socks down and stuff, and then
he
when
did
the
do it quickly.
yeah, and he did do it. He packed up quick because off camera was the
And he
police.
just, as soon as he finished, he
He
always
just
left
cleared
it.
off,
Yeah.
because the police were in after him going, "Oh, Banksy, get in!" He's like, "Look, it's a pirate ship. See you next week, kids." Brilliant. I'd love it if Banksy, though, there were a flip and he did his next piece out of lolly sticks and PVA glue,
Yeah, or socks.
just on the side of a building.
Socks were always good.
And he had to say on his website, he says, like I said, Neil denied he was Banksy. He would say that though.
Well,
Bruce Wayne, if you asked Bruce Wayne, he'd say he wasn't Batman.
Yeah.
So there you go.
True.
It could be Banksy. It could be Banksy.
I agree with
He
that.
might be
He's
Banksy.
not going to say I am Banksy, is he?
He might be Banksy. That's the thing. Gemma, should we do question of the week? Are you all right, love?
I've forgotten about. I was going to say something about Neil Buchanan.
Come on, think about Neil Buchanan. He's a lovely Liverpool artist.
No, I can't remember what it was.
Oh, baby, I'm sorry.
Is it art attack?
Art attack, yeah.
I can't remember.
Gemma's contributions are really valuable to the show. You're tired, aren't you, darling? I can see you look a bit flaky.
I'm fine.
Let's. Oh. Gemma sent us into some sort of waltz. It's question of the week, Gemma.
Okay,
Okay.
Oh, if I remember, I'll come back to
it. The question of the week was school days, Gemma.
Yes.
Now, because it's gone back to school, I just thought we'd reminisce with you guys about some of the back to school,
No, I was thinking.
back to reality, back to the pens and paper.
Oh, nice.
Tell me how you take your register. I went register, you won't wear it. Back to life.
Can I just say, I remember my Buchanan thing.
Go on, remember your Buchanan, come on.
Everybody after this show will be Googling Neil Buchanan in his band, because that's what I'm going to do.
Marseille.
I want to watch it.
Neil Buchanan in his band,
amazing.
playing his guitar
Brilliant.
playing his guitar, but then drawing at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've got some questions here. We've got some questions here from first one, not questions, some answers. School memories. Adele Turner. Hi, Scott and Gemma. Not sure if you'll be able to use this one, but I thought I'd give you both a laugh anyway. The thing is, when she said, "I'm not sure you'll be able to use this one," I was definitely going to use that. Because you've teased it, Adele. I'm not sure if you're going to use it. So it might be. I'm going to use it. She says it isn't a tale of my own, but it's one of my friends, Hannah, who doesn't exist.
What?
Because she's about her, isn't it? She's done a classic thing. Of course it's about her. It's about my friend Hannah, my imaginary friend Hannah.
It might be true.
Oh, you blame everything on Adele, probably. Hannah won a music scholarship to Bedale, the posh private boarding school, when she was 13, right?
Where's that then?
It is in the Dales somewhere, isn't it? We're having a lot of trouble tonight with this, I think. I don't know.
We're fine down here, so just crack on.
Anyway, it was a private school, and she won a music scholarship. On her first day there was a morning assembly, and the head stood up and announced that this term the use of electronic brushes has been banned in the girls' dormitories due to excessive masturbation.
Electric what?
Toothbrushes
Oh, get lost.
in the old
Let's have a look.
used to excessive masturbation.
Oh my God.
I mean, the question is though, what were the teeth like? Because if their teeth were still good, you can't sort of. I mean, which end either as well? Which end? I mean, that is. Did they put toothpaste on? There's so many questions, isn't there?
That's horrendous.
Electric toothbrushes as well. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Come on.
Electric toothbrushes.
As well, yeah. You're looking, going. No. Of course, it's not designed for that. You don't want to. Just because it says Oral B, don't mean it has to be sexual. Do you know what I mean? You don't want it on high speed. Never use an electric toothbrush for that. No. Do you know what's amazing though? Every single day at school when I was a kid, they'd block the toilets at the kids at our school. They were animals.
School.
And do you know what else they'd do? Is they'd get wet toilet paper and throw it on the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
And it looked like a Sistine Chapel of bog roll.
No, it
when
looked
you
like
walked
stalactites.
Stalactites just coming round. Yeah, a cave of bog roll.
Oh,
Kids are filthy.
Grim, seriously grim.
What do you have?
Or you sometimes get people who stuck a used sanitary towel. I know. Who is doing
on the ceiling?
Who's doing that?
Just dangling down.
I know.
Oh, it's like weird missile paintball. The other thing is they used to have sex education in schools.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't remember it, right? I can't remember. All I remember is there was nothing about the pleasurable side of sex when I was a kid at school.
Oh,
no.
Well, of course. Oh, come on. They're not going to sit talking about that, are they?
They made it sound evil.
It's education. It's not like
We had to
pass the poor mags round.
I think she was like a Catholic or evangelical or something, because all we got taught was STDs. Right, STDs, all these STD warts all over your sack. That's all she kept saying, right? And if you get pregnant, you've ruined your life. If you get if I get pregnant, I'm a miracle. No, not you. If you get a girl pregnant, you've ruined her whole life and your life. Because it's like someone once said, I remember in that lesson, someone put their hand up and she said, they were on about sort of sex, and it was like, it has to be between a married couple. It was weird and all sort of weird back then. It was proper weird, straight out of I think it was a Christian affiliated book or something. Anyway, even though it wasn't a religious school, very odd. And then one lad just went, what about wanking, miss? Are we going to do anything? Anything about wanking? He did. He said, because I'm just interested in technique. No, he said, what about wanking? And she
never did.
Yeah, and she went, put your hand down, Matthew.
Yeah, that's how you start.
Yeah, that's how you start. She encouraged him. She says, only animals.
Oh, you left me hanging.
She said, only animals do that. It's filthy and immature. And I thought, you've done it. You've done it.
Don't say
You
it.
probably do it with a toothbrush.
Ah!
It's a different technological age now. If you have a sex education lesson now, if the girls want to see a diagram of the penis, all they need to do, get out the mobile phone, look at every dick pic they've been sent that day. Weird. Here we go. We got Lynn Sharp here. She says memories of school days.
Yeah.
Lynn Sharp. She says from infant school milk in glass bottles they put next to the heater.
Oh,
And it was like
I'm
yogurt. It was
I'm
like yogurt.
so glad Lynn brought this up.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
Because Sophia's really excited about the fact she gets milk. She's
Careful.
Yeah, she's so happy about the milk.
Yeah.
But they get it in these gorgeous little
I
cartons.
thought you were going to say, but they're breastfed.
Yeah.
One teacher
Next.
with Matthew.
Yeah.
Come on, the matron.
Jesus.
Come on, next. Come on. She comes in every Wednesday just loaded up and leaves really, really small. Oh, that's a horrible.
Wetness.
We do all our breastfeeding in-house. Nurse.
Oh.
So she what? She doesn't want the milk?
No, Sophie loves the little milk because it's in a lovely little carton, always
Oh,
cold.
it's not a bottle.
No, always cold with a little straw.
Mm.
But my memory is what Lynn is talking about. Those bottles. With the minging white crusty residue around the foil lid.
I mean, it was like...
And then if it was warm...
It was like it came out of a cow's udder.
Oh, it
was like...
Grim.
Like it came out of a cow's udder, just...
I remember this.
There was always a biscuit with it, which you ate, and then the milk was rank.
I don't remember the biscuit.
I remember that. She says that she remembers dangerous school trips.
Yeah, stuff. I mean, I'm saying that it was probably good actually because it's over the top now. They can't do anything now. You try organising a trip, it is absolutely a nightmare.
You try and take 5-year-olds abseiling off a cliff edge. It's a nightmare. You can't do it anymore.
Oh,
Look
God.
how weird it's gone, man.
Oh, forget it. It's fine down here.
All right, okay.
But I must admit, if I actually thought about the trips I've done to France and stuff, where you've got like 60 kids all on a ferry.
Yeah.
It fills me with fear now.
It does because you
God.
made them recreate Titanic on the end. Like all these kids on a ferry. I love the idea as well because with a ferry, if they did fall off, that's pretty certain death. Where I'm afraid we can't find your child. Where did you last see them? In the North Sea, in the actual sea.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's not good, is it?
No,
people think I think like the risk assessment. She says like they went to like feed the ducks without the parents, just teachers. There were 4 teachers to a class of like 70 kids just wandering near water. She says it was ridiculous, and I think. I went to an army weekend when I was 8, and you went to it, and I was traumatised, right? Because we were all there in this army. I just remember it being like Borstal. I felt like I'd done something wrong, right? And there was like no one there have a shower because you're always weird about your body. I was like 9, but also there was one lunatic kid who would throw like cleaning solution, like caustic soda, into the shower over this wall. It was mental. Right, and you were like, I'm not going in there because that is literally chemical warfare in there, right? And I came from a comfortable cocoon, like I was mollycoddled. I was sitting on this mollycoddled with my mum's sofa like that. Would you like some cocoa? And I was like, I had my hair brushed and shit. And then I was thrown into this Full Metal Jacket, fucking nightmare,
Oh,
right?
God.
And then they made us jump
You
in
were
a.
looked after.
They made us jump in a frozen lake in November, and kids were
Are
screaming
you
into
sure
blood.
you're not just stealing my memory?
No, it's the same
That
thing.
happened to
Yeah,
me.
they did it. The
No,
same
you're
thing.
nicking my
I'm
memory.
nicking your memory.
That was my
Was
memory.
it your memory? I'm sure I did that.
No, you didn't. That was my...
I'm stealing gems like an Inception.
That
Ooh,
was-
ooh.
That was my memory.
All
You're
right.
not... Where did
No,
you...
I did go on an army weekend.
Wait, did you go in a
I'm
cold...
sure we did go in a cold river. They made us do some weird training shit.
That's my memory.
I'm not nicking your memory. Why would I nick your memory?
Because you haven't got none of your own.
Oh, mate, listen. But this, we were.
Oh.
I don't nick your memory.
You nicked my memory.
Go on, tell us your memory then.
Well, that was that. I went in the army when I was 16 to Snowdonia.
Yeah.
They made us jump in a really cold lake
Animals.
in March.
Ridiculous.
There was actually waves on the lake.
Yeah.
And I remember my friend Nicola Pinney, God bless her, and she won't mind me saying this, she was really skinny.
Yeah. So nothing on her.
Yeah, and she, oh my God, they made her jump in and she was absolutely frozen.
Pneumonia.
And then I had to jump in and I think I got hypothermia immediately. We were in swimming costumes. They were in
Filling out the.
all the army blokes
We're
were
in wetsuits.
Wetsuits.
Animals. And you know what you ought to do is you ought to go write that on the thing. Hypothermia count 15 kids. Right, and I didn't dare in that army weekend. I didn't dare sleep. By the way,
Why?
because that the caustic soda prick. It'd either shave off your eyebrows or glue your fingers to your ball sack. And I was like, it was 3 days of absolute terror. It was basically like being in the army. Is what I'm saying.
God.
I've got some other ones here.
Go
But
on.
we've got a couple more to get through.
Go on.
Eddie Rooney Senior.
Yes!
It
What's
was
he saying?
freezing winter one year, and he wore some ladies' tights under his school clothes. And his mum said, "Just keep them on. No one will know you've got cold legs." Because he wasn't in these days where you could get kids sent home for a bit of snow.
No.
You had to walk through it. And he
Freezing.
says, "Just put your tights on. No one will know." Anyway, boys being boys, at dinner time they went sledging.
Oh,
And he went
no.
down a hill and he sort of fell off and he cut himself on a piece of like metal that was hanging out there.
And they saw the tights.
And then he was bleeding and they're like, "You're gonna have to go to an hospital." He was like, "I can't go." He would rather bleed than show his tights.
Oh, bless him.
and apparently, like, none of his mates saw his tan tights. He managed to hide
tan
it.
tights.
Tan tights.
I thought they were like black tights.
What a tan,
underneath.
like a proper old lady.
Tan tights.
Proper Mrs. Doubtfire
But they-
drag
They
tights.
probably did give a bit of extra insulation.
But I love that. I love that. She said he never wore tan tights
Top
again.
tip.
I remember non-uniform days at
I always
school.
think tights with hairs on your legs is bad though.
Yeah, it
that
always
must have
looks
been
a
a bit
bit-
itchy.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
like
carry on.
it's like your legs have gone into
Yeah.
rob a bank.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't
Yeah.
it? I remember non-uniform days because the poor kids were like really victimised because there was no Primark or
that's
cheap clothes back then.
horrible. That
So
was
it's like,
bad.
and like the ones that had come in the uniform, they were like, "He's still in his uniform. He's still, and he had the choice. They're his only
Isn't
clothes, mate."
school
Horrible. They
horrible?
find your weakness
I enjoyed
and they
school, but
exploit
it. Can be horrible.
Evil,
It
right?
can be horrible.
I once wore an England tracksuit to
Right.
non-uniform day,
Right.
and I didn't realise my mum had got me a fake one off the market.
Oh,
So I strode in, all
God.
to the cool kids, going, "Do you like my New England tracksuit?" And they were like, "Mate, there's only 2 lions on it."
Oh,
I went, "What do you
no.
mean?" He went, "There's only 2 lions on it. It's a
Oh,
fake." I went, "No, it's
faker.
not." He went, "Yeah, look at Daniel's. Daniel's is real."
Oh,
And I
no.
just sort of went, and he went, "Look at the thing. It says Mumbro." It's just like a proper
I
Mumbro.
didn't know you went to school in Manchester.
Yeah, I went to school with Liam Gallagher. It basically, my mate, at that point, I remember this distinctly because I thought, "Oh, look, so this is bad." My mate turned up and he'd gone in, he's come in his school uniform, my best mate, and I was like, "Oh, brilliant, he's forgot." So now it takes the pressure off me. And do you know what he did in the middle of the school? He took his shirt off and his blazer and he had his non-uniform on underneath.
Why?
Like weird Superman. I was like, why have you done that?
Yeah, it's not like he had to hide it
He's
from
not
his
like he's had to his
parents.
parents, but do you know what he had on? Proper England tracksuit.
Oh,
Made me look ridiculous.
So lame.
Like a
Well, and do you
superhero.
know what? I would have rather been wearing a fake England tracksuit. I have a picture of me with the worst boy haircut ever,
Yeah.
wearing. Why did I wear this to school? I was wearing a striped blouse, like a work shirt.
Yeah.
I was about 9.
Like the boy in the striped pyjamas.
And no, literally a smart work shirt, like a 35-year-old woman would wear, and I was 9.
Good.
And I was wearing a pencil-long skirt.
You look like a small
with-
secretary.
with trainers on.
Mental.
I look ridiculous.
It's because you want to be grown up, but the trainers were the comfortable.
I,
you know,
no,
you're an
I just
idiot.
look like I've fallen in a fancy dress box.
Oh, you're struggling tonight, are you? I feel like you're a
I
bit
can't find
tired.
a word.
You're all a
I was
bit
going to say trunk.
fancy dress trunk. It was a fancy dress trunk. It looked like you'd walk through Scope covered in glue.
Yeah.
Just gone through every rail, all the old Lady Nana rails.
Yeah, the Lady Nana rails.
Ross Bennett, my brother, this is the last one. He said school diet was an interesting one. Now he eats really healthy. Now this is what he used to eat: a bacon sarnie in the morning, cheese on toast, and crisps at break, a chippy tea, and a sausage butty at lunchtime. And then he'd go into the shop for a £5 mix-up on the way home. And he'd do that for 4 years.
Good days.
And I remember, when I was 9, it's so easy, isn't it, when you're a kid? Because if it tastes nice, you ate it.
Yeah.
That was it. That was pretty much it. You're not looking at calories.
No.
If someone had told me Coca-Cola was made from the tears of newborn chicks, I'd have gone, yeah, all right. Yeah. And I'd still drank it.
This is why Liv is going to be absolutely loving it when she starts big school, because that is the joy of walking to school
Metabolism.
past the shop.
Yeah.
It's like, I used to be in there, Space Raiders, packet of them, or a packet of, I used to have vice versas, which were a chocolate, like white chocolate, dark chocolate thing.
Yeah, hence the title.
Me and Claire Ellis came around. We always used to have like minstrels, something like that, every day, every single day.
Oliver Boswell's come in with a bit of a toilet.
I've told you.
No, it doesn't matter because it was.
Those comments are 30
doesn't
minutes
matter.
old.
I can refer back to it because obviously we mentioned school toilets. Oliver Boswell's all about the toilets.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
And he says you could open the doors with a 10p coin or a screwdriver.
Oh.
What I want to know is, Oliver,
when somebody's on the toilet.
Why did you take a screwdriver to school, you lunatic? Do you know what I mean? Just coming in with a full toolbox.
No, probably nicked it from DT.
From DT, I'll go and open the toilet doors, kick him in. Do you know what? Because basically, I think till the age of 10, you're about 70% sugar, and the other 30% is E numbers. Yeah. And it's like you've got that
just
sweet.
Don't give a shit.
Well, you've got that sweet spot where your metabolism and your diet
yeah,
can help each other. So you can, like, Liv will be able to just bang stuff down.
Your
body's like, it's literally turned into shit as it's gone in your mouth.
Yeah,
just like, just the fastest metabolism.
Awful.
And now I can't. Great. Now if I walk past birds and breathe in, I put on 4 stone.
Yeah, yeah.
Just walk past. Proper pregnant. I actually look pregnant. Birds bakery.
Birds the bakery, but they might not have that.
Oh well, put it for Greg's. It doesn't matter.
Midlands.
They won't have it if they're watching in America. They won't know what I'm on about. Yeah. I walk past the bakers. I breathe in. I put on 2 stone.
Go Greg's.
Greg's. Go Greg.
No, but go birds. I don't mean don't go to birds. We love birds.
Yeah, they're not going to sponsor us.
Okay.
I don't think I ate vegetables until I was about 18. I think I had the parsnip the same day as my first pint. I didn't eat much veg.
I love veg. I ate everything.
Yeah.
I literally ate everything. I loved food.
But like eating sweets at 8 a.m. on the way to school.
I know.
It's like a grown man having a can.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of thing, like just wandering into the office with a can of special brew. What are you doing, mate? It's 8 a.m. Yeah. But then I'd get in. What was your after school routine? Because I remember I'd get in. What I'd do is
I'd raid the biscuit
cupboard. The problem is I'd get in at 3. My mum and dad weren't home till 6, so that left a 3-hour window, and I filled that 3-hour window by eating. And I was a big lad at school because I used to come in and I'd come in. First thing I'd do, Frosties, full cream milk.
No.
Full bowl of Frosties.
You are joking.
Yeah. 3:30 Frosties. Do you know what I'd watch? Tots TV. Get Tots TV on. 10-year-olds.
No, I'd watch
I'm
Neighbours.
a Tots just squeezing
I'd
top.
wait for Neighbours at 5:30.
But I know I got 3:30. I'd be on the cereal, and then I'd be over to the slow cooker. Mum had left a bit of bolognese sauce in there. Get a bit of Warburton's, which is toasty. Is like a paddle because it's so thick. Just get it up.
Have them then?
Yeah, get a bit of bloody like a taco. Just bang that in. No wonder I was massive. No wonder I was absolutely massive.
We would have dinner would be on the table religiously, for 5:30.
6:30 we were because Mum and Dad worked.
Yeah,
it was a nightmare. Anyway, there you go. That explains why I'm now trying to work off that shit. We've got one more story before we ring my mum and dad's. Okay,
Julia Lemagnon. She says,
I love that name.
Birds cobs. I love a bird's cob.
I love the way this show descends into that sort of thing.
I love birds cobs.
Gemma, I've got a story here for you. Go on. Ready for this one? This is an absolute belter story.
JKD. Sports mix.
Sports mix. Let me just say this, right? This is the first of 2 medical stories for this week.
Are these horrible?
No, well, this first one's incredible. You ready? Brace yourself.
Go on.
Doctors in India...
Oh! I don't want to watch this.
Let me just say it.
Right.
Doctors in India have removed a 15-pound hairball from the stomach of a 17-year-old girl with Rapunzel syndrome. Look at it.
Oh, that's horrible. That is horrible.
It looks like Donna meat.
What? I thought it was a doner
It
kebab.
looks like a doner kebab out of a belly.
That's
A
grim.
full doner kebab out of a belly.
That's horrible.
The girl, named as Sweetie Kumari, was taken to hospital this week. Listen to this, Gemma. She complained of stomach pains. No shit, mate. Is
it that condition where they
eat their own hair?
Yeah, that's mean.
So she said, basically, the photos showed the rump being removed from the girl's abdomen. Doctor said the operation took 6 hours and 3 hairdryers. Joking. Rapunzel syndrome is named after the German fairy tale. It's an intestinal condition where a person ingests their own hair. It's very rare.
So it's a bit like the plug hole. It just gets stuck.
And just because they eat it and it builds, it doesn't disintegrate.
You think your stomach acid?
No, it won't.
It
Won't do it. It builds up, right? And it affects women mainly. 70% of all patients have been females under the age of 20, right? And what I love about it is I'm amazed that her parents didn't notice. Do you imagine that when they come in and they go, what was her name? I love the idea of it going like, why has Sweetie not had a haircut in 7 years? Where's it gone? Why is it always short?
That is gross.
It's just weird, isn't it?
Oh.
She complained of stomach surprise. Do you know what? She had an entire barber's shop floor in her belly, right? And how much did it, do you want to know how much it weighed? £10. £10. £10. £10. £10.
That's a great.
£10, baby.
We get it.
No.
Very good.
It was 15.
Was that on there, the joke?
No,
Have you made that joke up?
Yeah, of course I have.
That's a good joke.
Thank you. She says it like she's surprised. I do this for a living. She did. Well done. Basically, it was
you must be pleased with that.
It was 15 pounds of hair. She'd basically given birth to a hair baby. And I'd like the idea if they gave it into her arms like that, Gemma, and said, "What are you going to name it?" Chewbacca. Chewbacca baby. But what they've done is they didn't throw it away. They washed it. They brushed it. They put a bit of talcum powder and they gave it to Elton John to pop on his wig. It's an Elton John wig there. Do you know what I love about it? Is Rapunzel. Like, Rapunzel, let down your hair. I can't. It's tied round my colon.
That is so disgusting.
But if she'd have used conditioner, they said it might have just slipped
out.
out.
Of that, though, where
there you go.
Snap the hair off and stuff. I've not heard of them eating it.
It's a condition. It's a serious condition.
Well, it is serious. I've heard of people who eat paper all the time.
Yeah.
Hair, that's gross.
It's a lot. It's an anxiety thing, isn't it? The other thing, the other medical story this week. We've got quite some. Are people happy?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Go on.
You give me some more shout-outs then before we ring the parents.
Okay, go on then, quick.
The next medical story: bionic penis grown on Norfolk man's arm.
What?
Genuinely true story, guys. This is the world that's. I'm really into weird science now.
Oh my
like weird sort of medical. I might do a book of them. I think it's fantastic. It's amazing. This is genuinely true. A man, right, a sepsis infection caused him to lose his genitalia, and he's had a bionic penis grafted onto his arm. Malcolm McDonald, a mechanic with a bionic penis. It sounds like a shit Terminator.
Are they going to move the penis off the arm eventually?
So he's growing it on his arm. They're going to leave it there. He's asked for it to be left there, Jem.
Imagine.
Just walking into the bank. Oh, you're very excited. I am, yes. Yeah. You just extended my overdraft. Good morning. He always does this in the morning, just wandering around with an arm hard on. No, is he going to leave it there? No, basically, it's been a delayed operation, right? And it's incredible. They've removed the flaps of skin. They're going to reattach it all.
Hang on a minute. How have they grown a penis?
The new penis will be detached from the forearm, right? They've taken a flap of skin containing blood vessels and nerves from his arm, rolled it into a phallic shape. Then they've created a urethra, inserted 2 tubes connected to a pump that will allow him to achieve a mechanical erection. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, forget the rudeness of it. Jesus Christ, where do you start with that? I can't even build an Airfix kit. What are they doing, these guys?
How will he? I don't get it.
What I love about it, right? Basically, a spokesman said we're going to arrange his surgery as soon as we're able to. Now that services are returning to normal following lockdown, right? I mean, the guy's from Norfolk. You know, it could be an extra finger. We don't know. I've met people down there. They're weird. The reason it hasn't been reattached sooner, listen to this.
Right, go on.
Is because Malcolm missed appointments. Now, let's just have a moment to think about that. Right, Malcolm missed his opponent.
Okay, so you're having pioneering surgery and part of the pioneering...
You've got a penis dangling from your arm.
Yeah. But you thought it'd be more important to go to the cinema.
Yeah, exactly. That is one point on your calendar.
They are wasting a penis on this man.
On a calendar, you would say above bin day, above any birthdays, have my penis reattached.
I might remember that.
Take the penis off my arm,
Yeah.
put it back on my groin.
Yeah.
Number one priority.
Yeah.
What were you doing? Sorry, mate, I can't make it.
Oh, I
No,
knew
God.
there was something today.
Do you know what I mean? What is it? Wednesday dentist, Friday meet your mate for a drink, Monday get my penis back in the right place. What is he doing? It's like a human pinned the tail on a donkey, isn't it?
He must have had a knot in his tie, like, there's something.
I like
today.
what I love is like, why on the arm, right?
Yeah.
Because how about could be a bit discreet, Gemma. Lower back, the ankle, behind the knee.
Scott, I've got to do these
Let me just, all right. The surgeon, let me just do this. He's like a lazy plumber. It's like he's just gone, I'm not moving that radiator.
No.
I'm just going to leave it dangling around, right? I just like the idea, right, when he walks along, he like shakes your hand, just like, is that a penis up your arm? Or are you just pleased to see me, right? Do you know what I love? Is basically, right, how annoying must it be, right, to have that, like, cause I like...
What a penis arm.
Head, shoulders, cock and toes, cock and toes. Head, shoulders, cock and toes, and ears and cock on the arm. And what I love is like...
We should make fun of this.
No, but it's incredible.
Distressing.
My heart goes out to him, but I bet the mouse who had that ear grown on his back is now realising what a lucky escape he had. Because he could have had a cock and balls on his back, that poor man. You know, I love the idea if someone says, what time is it, Malcolm? It's about 10 past cock. So many jokes. 4 years, right? He's the only man who's, for 4 years, a handshake has been classed as foreplay. Oh, there's so many jokes. I'm so sorry, Malcolm. Basically, what the worst thing is he needs to get it sorted because every time he waves at someone, he's committing indecent exposure. There you go. What a brilliant story. Can we just have a round of applause for Malcolm and his penis, everyone? Malcolm and his penis.
Well, we've got here...
Adele Turner says it really was her friend Hannah. Liar, Adele. We don't believe you, Hannah. You just made it up. Hannah doesn't exist.
It says, lots of people saying, how does he perform, you know?
What? How does he what?
How does he wank?
Well, with the other hand. Like that.
Do you come here often, Colin Granby?
I like it, Colin.
You couldn't make it up. How much did it weigh? Please no fisting gags. You can keep his elbow grease.
Oh, well done, guys.
Yeah,
You're learning.
Elbowner.
Elbowner.
Yeah, sounds like an admin cock-up.
I like it.
Yeah, perhaps he was using it.
I mean, it's true. It's true, man.
What's his job? A handyman?
He could put a watch on it.
Oh, very good.
But it's there. It's there. Just a little head popping out under his sleeve.
They're pretty good, aren't they, the shed shadians?
They're very good. They're very good. When he has a wee, he just stands at the urinal like that, like Iron Man, Jen.
Yeah. By the way, Paul McGeady said, Lynn's a vegetarian, has been trying to put me off kebabs for ages. You've just accomplished her lifelong dream.
Thank you, mate. Next time you think of a kebab, Paul, right, just imagine that it's a hairball, mate. Which is probably closer to what it is.
Oh,
it
so
was
grim.
awful, that, isn't it? It's awful.
That is one of the grossest things ever. Right, are we ringing Ma and Pa?
Should we ring? Oh, I was going to do one. We haven't done quarantine quarrels. Can I do one quarantine quarrel?
Okay. Quarantine.
Then you can. Oh, come on. Come on.
Hey, it's gone off.
No.
No, not that. Quarantine quarrels, quarantine quarrels, quarantine quarrels. Do we call it quarantine? We're not in quarantine.
We need to think of a new idea.
Lockdown.
Basically, it's stuff that I do that annoys Gemma.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah, I think there's been a few, but I've got a few to pick with you.
Go on.
What?
What's wrong with me?
What I'm really annoyed about is
Go
why
on.
is your body, right, such a fine balance of salts and fluids that you like Gemma gets like headaches really easy. Like if everything's not perfect, like if she's not drunk enough water, she's like, she always used to say to me, I need sugar, I need fat, like I feel dizzy. What is it you used to say at uni? I need a hit. I need some sugar. I need something. I feel weak.
I get hungry.
I'm hungry. I feel weak. It's like her body's a robot just going, water, sugar, water, salt, water, sugar, salt, water. And it's like, I never feel like, it's one of those weird things where my body will never...
You do get shaky if you're hungry.
No, not like I've got the shakes, I need a Mars
get
bar.
well shaky if I'm
But it's
hungry.
like your body's like got a weird sort of setup. I don't know. So fussy is what I'm saying.
No, what I am is a perfect machine of human engineering.
I love it. Perfect machine of human engineering.
Oh, God. I can't speak tonight.
The other thing is, right,
Go
is that you got annoyed with me the other night about having ice in my drink. And that pissed me off, man. I can't have ice in my drink.
You're so noisy!
When I
was just clanking across the room.
She's getting on.
Every time he went to have a drink, clang!
She said
clang!
he sounded...
He had about 17 goddamn ice cubes in.
He sounded like a cocktail bar in New York.
You could have achieved the coldness that you required with 2 ice cubes.
No, you can't have
had
2 just
17.
going around in a big glass.
You emptied the ice, and that's another thing while we're on it, people. He empties the ice cube tray. Do you fill it up?
No.
Do you fill it up?
No.
You fill it up?
Can I just tell you something? It's because when I went to the cinema and had to pay to fill my own ice, when I came home, I thought, I'm filling my boots from my own freezer.
You're an idiot.
And
The thing is,
she goes, clink, clink, tinky, tink, tink,
Yeah,
tink.
yeah.
Why is it tinking? Tinking again. Clink, tink, tink. Why is it tinking?
You know what,
You've
though?
got misophonia.
yeah, I have.
Which is a hatred
That's
of
fine,
sounds.
that's fine.
She's a hatred of sounds. Do you know the worst thing about that condition?
I admit it.
We can't talk about it because it makes it worse. Great joke.
Your,
Great joke.
Your
Great
ice
joke.
addiction is stupid. You do it for aesthetics. It doesn't.
Aesthetics.
Yeah, you like the look of it.
I like the look of ice.
You
in a
like
drink.
the look of ice. It
In a
makes you
drink.
feel like it's special.
What? It's just a nice drink. It's my front room. I'm watching Cobra Kai. I want a drink.
You're not in a bar. You're not in a bar. Just calm down.
I've got a problem. I've got a problem with Gemma. Stop fiddling with me thing as well.
Oh,
The thing is, right, she won't let me have ice in a drink. She won't let me have cereal at night. I have to switch to plastic bowls and cutlery.
Yeah, plastic spoon because you ting.
But I can't have my cereal out of a Peppa Pig bowl with a Macapaca
But you
spoon.
know
I'm
what?
40.
I could eat a whole bowl of cereal without clinking once.
She'd do it silent just to piss me
No,
off.
but you just scoop
Do
shy.
you know what?
No,
I'm going to
scoop-
make you do
no,
that
no,
tonight.
no,
I'm going to make
no.
her do that tonight.
Scoop shy of the bowl.
Shy of
Scoop.
the bowl.
Yeah, just shy of the
can't.
bowl. You don't have to go clink. You hit the side as you go.
It's like drilling for oil.
You hit the side as you're going down. You made it right. Okay.
No, listen.
This is
No one can eat cereal under that
No, this
pressure.
is a good
Who
one.
were we arguing? We were arguing into
Yeah,
the
but-
webcam.
but the other-
People at home are like, they're having a full-on row.
Yeah, but the other
Just
night-
sounds like, if people
yeah.
outside think we're just having a row. Go on.
And the other night you made 2 cups of tea, and
Yeah.
I've never heard such excessive stirring.
Oh. Clink, 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 clink.
You enjoyed the sound. You're going ting 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 ting.
I was
ting,
doing
ting,
it, and
ting,
I'm doing it because I was
like,
annoying her.
Oh my god!
No, how can you stir without touching the sides? You have to be a psychopath
I do
to
not
maintain
know
it in the centre.
How our kids stay asleep?
What? Because I've made a tea.
You're clinking all night.
Other thing Gemma does, when she makes tea, she leaves the tea bags out on the side. What? Who's not one's
That
going to
is
use them?
the
They're just
one
there.
thing I do.
And you said to me once, you went, it's just because I don't want to put it in the bin because it steams up the bin. Bollocks. It's because you're lazy.
Yeah, I've changed my mind on that. That's ridiculous. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, anyway. The other thing she
Right,
gets to
shall I
know.
ring you
One
back?
last thing.
Go on.
She said to me, I'm sick of you commentating on what you're doing in your life.
Yeah, you do.
I give her. I have got an
I'm
audio
now
description.
going to the bin. I am now.
No, I
emptying
don't.
the
I
bin.
say
am
things
now
that I'm going to
moving
do.
across to
I
this
don't
side.
do it like
Yes,
that.
you
I say stuff
do.
like, "Oh, I've got to get that thing off the rest of the day," and then it's meaningless, but it helps me remember. It's like what it is. It's like a live voicemail. It's like a live voice
but
note.
you wonder why I'm sarcastic. I cannot help it. I have to say that's really interesting. Thank you so much.
Gemma
for
just
letting me
needs
know.
to listen, and the points where she's involved, she needs to be ready to talk. It's not
Anyway,
difficult.
Love you.
Love you.
Love
Come
you.
on. I'm gonna have ice in my drink tonight. Come on. Clink, 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 clink,
Oh,
clink.
I feel better. Do you feel better for that?
For a cuddle.
Oh, no, for airing.
Oh,
Right then. Are we ringing Ma and Pa?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's Lynn Hill on the wall here, look,
I
as a
know.
baby kid.
Oh, she's
Look,
so
she's
cute.
doing that impression though that used to do at school in the 80s, which she can't do now, Lynn. Or is it just what's going on?
She is so
Oh,
cute.
look at that bowler cut
Isn't
there,
she?
Lynn.
Right, hang on a minute. Where are we?
You just turn up the volume, mate.
Crank it up.
We're going to ring Roy and Mags, everybody.
Let's crank
People
it
who don't
up.
argue over ice.
Oh, they never argue about ice. They wouldn't waste their time on arguing about ice.
Hello?
Hello!
No. Have you stopped arguing, children?
Oh, we had a bit of a
I'd
row.
like you both to sit on the naughty step.
He started it!
Basically, Mum, she won't let me do anything after 9 o'clock. I have to sit
Well,
there
don't
and
be
just.
coming back here, love, because we don't want you.
I have to just sit there waiting for death to take me and not say a word.
God.
Like a pension.
Just a minute, I'll put you on to your dad.
Thanks,
She's
love.
gone. She's gone already.
Hello there.
Hello,
Hey!
Royston. How are you doing? How's the show been?
Very good. It's been a good laugh.
How's it been, Dad?
All right.
All right.
fine.
It's been all right.
It's been all right.
Thank you,
Good,
Dad.
good.
What are we going to do at Dad? What are we going to do at Christmas then? Are you prepared to wrestle for your seat at the table?
Well, I don't know what. Well, I don't know what.
You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight for it. You're gonna have to fight for the turkey, I'm afraid.
We could come another day.
No, I want a fight on the lawn. I want a full fight on the lawn. Hey?
Self-defense classes, we'll be there.
You'll be there. Well done, Roy.
Yeah,
We'll be there.
Padded up.
Yeah.
Padded up. My mum will be there swinging a griddle pan.
Yeah.
I've still got my crash helmet in garage.
Yes, well done, Dad. How are you doing then? Have you had a good week?
Yeah?
Yeah. They're all good weeks, mate, when you get up in the morning.
Oh, bless you.
Is that a
I tell you
euphemism?
what, your fire looks brilliant.
When you get to your mother's age, they're all good weeks.
Oh, well done. Well, saying 70, Mum, but you're still dangerous.
I am. Yes,
70,
I am.
but you've got that ropey dope power. That sort of, I could see you getting back in the ring. You know what I mean? You're still training. You still got that firepower.
Oh, yes, you're still training.
Yeah.
Still training.
You're walking up and down with her wrist weights.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Dad, I think she would win the fight. I think you wouldn't get the place at the table because you'd be too complacent. But I think Mum would get her place. Yeah, you'd be just wandering around the garden playing darts.
I'd be quite happy just sat in.
Shed. We'll bring yours out to the shed. What song are you going to play us out with, you two legends?
Right
Yeah.
then, well,
Well.
first of all, can I just tell you something that happened to me when I was at school?
You can, yeah. Yes.
We're going back a few years now.
Right.
Yeah.
In the 50s, and I was at junior school,
Oh, right.
and we had to walk across a field to get back to where I lived.
Yes.
And so I'm walking back, and I used to wear the school cap
Right.
all the time. I wore a school cap.
Sounds like something from Just William.
Yeah, a bit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And these ruffians,
Yeah.
I must say, they collared me and they cracked an egg in my cap.
Oh.
Do you know what, Dad? I thought when you said we were cornered by ruffians, walking home, little boy with a cat, I'm glad it went that way because I was worried it was going somewhere else. They cracked an egg.
The cap on my head.
They cracked an egg. What did they have an egg for?
Well,
That.
To do that?
Yeah.
to do in the 50s.
I love the idea of...
So I walked home with this egg and all the yolk running down my face.
Ah. And what happened?
I got home and my dad started laughing. And I said, well, I didn't say anything. I just, and he said, they must have been quite wealthy.
Why?
I said, why? He says, well, in the 50s, we couldn't afford an egg.
Yes. I love the idea that they cracked a free-range egg, Dad, and by the time you got home, you had an omelette in your pocket.
Yeah. I thought you might have said there's no yolk. But
There's no yolk. Well, a lesser comedian would, Dad. It's low-hanging fruit.
I know.
It's like, we've got kazoos.
Do
Do you know that we've got kazoos tonight?
Yeah, we got a kazoo ready.
I know, yes.
Have you signed up for the Kazoo Federation, by the way, Gemma?
Wrong end.
Wrong end.
He's playing the wrong end.
It's not working.
It is. You have to make a noise. Alright,
You need to sign up for the Kazoo Federation.
Yes.
And one of the tests is you've got to play the 1912 Overture without breathing.
Amazing. Dad, I think I could do that.
You have to have a go at that. So the song we're going to do tonight is, because of, obviously, it's about school days.
yeah.
When you used to go to the cinema on a Saturday night.
Yes.
So it's Saturday night at the movies.
Yay!
Who cares what picture
With
you
a
see?
slight twist.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's have it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So here we go.
We'll join in where we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, by all means.
Thank you.
Tonight at 7 o'clock, I know where I'm gonna go. Gonna bring my radio and take it to the shed show.
Yay!
Everybody in the neighborhood, let's get to see that too. And we're gonna have a ball, like we always do. Thursday night at the shed show.
Excellent.
When you're hugging with your baby, it's like going about to me. Well, the technicolor and the thrill of the smoke, I got out of Hollywood, and the popcorn from the 97.
cares what picture you see?
When you're hugging with your baby in the house or in the balcony. Thursday
Night at the shed show. Who cares what picture you see?
when you're hugging with your baby in the house or in the balcony.
Guys, that was amazing. We actually had a custom song there. A new custom song.
I like
Thursday
it.
night at the Shed Show. We're going to clip that. We're going to keep that, and that'll play us out sometime.
Well done, Max and Roy.
That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Get training for Christmas for the table. Only 6 places. Only 2 left. Fight for them, guys. Fight for them.
We love you.
I love you. Thanks for joining us as always. Say bye-bye.
See you later, love you.
Bye. That was
Love
Roy.
you. Bye.
Roy and Max, Gemma. Come on. Roy and Max.
That's so good.
Thursday night at the Shed Show. Thursday night at the Shed Show.
Oh, that was so nice. I love that song.
Oh.
Thursday night at the Shed
Someone's
Show.
tried to correct me and said misophonia. It's actually misophonia. I did Google that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm sorry to be that person, but yeah, I did do it. Guys, we've reached the end of the show, and there's it's Tony in the background. Thank you so much for watching. I think we had a smooth stream. There was a little bit of pixelation. I'm obsessed with it. You're not bothered.
No.
People aren't bothered.
No.
I am a bit. I don't know why.
Just stop.
One of these days it won't matter.
It don't matter.
Doesn't matter. We've had a great show. I hope
Thank
you've
you
enjoyed
so
it.
much for
Do you know
joining
what?
us.
Genuinely, I'm having a bit of an up and down time emotionally. I think you are.
Bit of a roller coaster.
Bit of a roller, the Corona coaster, mate. The Corona coaster. And we'll be honest, some weeks it's tough, some weeks it's hard, some weeks there's not much to laugh about, there's not much to enjoy, but I hope we've found something.
Yes.
That's what it's about. And it feels like we all come together on a Thursday, and we genuinely love you all being here. If you did enjoy the show, please share it. We do want to get more people seeing it. We're enjoying doing them. I think it keeps us sane. We just can't believe we've been doing 26 of them, if I'm being honest. But do please share the show. If you did enjoy it and you want to drop us a donation, there's the link down here, as you know. If not, just share it. That means as much to us. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, everyone.
Keep positive. You know what I mean? I know it's hard and people say that.
Keep your pecker up.
Keep your pecker up, particularly if it's on your arm. It's on your forearm. Malcolm, if it's on your forearm, keep that pecker up. He might have his penis sorted now. See, that's one positive story. And
You've never been good at goodbyes.
I've been
We're
terrible at
wrapping
goodbye.
up.
Basically, Gemma's saying wrap it up. I want to go and put some ice in my drink and annoy you. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.